Today I'm going to ask something very difficult of you. I'm asking you to be patient and to hold out hope. To be patient for all that is to come with Helldivers, and to not let this flame burn out during this period of minor stagnation. To be hopeful that our continued effort and support for this game results in positive and worthwhile changes for all of us. I know this is difficult because despite the passion I have for this game, I'm struggling to maintain my patience. This video was a rough draft away from me expressing all of my frustrations and annoyances, and I haven't even been able to stave them off very well, but I believe I owe it to you, to each and every one of you, to not let it go down that path. Even as I'm writing these thoughts, I struggle to find positives in regards to immediate fulfillment. It brings me to a realization. There isn't a second option. There's no shortcut here to get things done without compromising quality. The only thing we have in our power to do is wait. The developmental team on this has been rushed since release, through truly no fault of their own. Thinking back on it, there has not been much a time where they can just take a step back, gather their bearings, and start putting together a concrete plan for the future. Let's go over a timeline here. Helldivers 2 explodes onto the scene like no other game in recent history, and completely consumes popular culture, blowing away the modest expectations they had upon release by incredible margins. Then they had to handle the server issues. Then they had to recover from bad press regarding patches. Then you had the community manager issues that needed resolution. Another round of patches that upset some vocal people. More community manager issues. The PlayStation account debacle. More community manager issues. All the while trying to mitigate leaks, hotfix bugs with Sony playing interference, and having to come out with a new war bond and stratagems every month that they didn't have time to playtest. It has been a completely unprecedented 3 months of both great success and immeasurable chaos. After looking at it through that lens, I'm a hell of a lot more understanding than I was at the beginning of all of this. There is no rest for the wicked, and I cannot slow down. But they're doing their best to cross an ocean on a goddamn rowboat held together with ratchet straps, so in my eyes they have more than earned their grace period. While we're on the topic of devs, I want to take a moment to talk about the head developer, Alexis, a guy who apparently kneecapped Hello Neighbor 2. Now, I never played it myself because the guy on the cover looked like some sort of shitty vaudeville antagonist in a sweater vest that I could beat the shit out of with 2 hands tied behind my back and a bullet in the forehead, so I can't speak on that game or his effects upon it. What I can speak on is what I've seen him profess in a short Discord message addressed to the community. He had not only admitted that he made mistakes in the way he went about balancing in Helldivers, but he apologized, and he showed intention that he meant well, but failed. He also seemed to convey the idea that he would like to improve and work towards bettering the game. Although that does not gain my complacency for mistakes made, if he proves genuine, it will absolutely earn my endorsement. I am a man who does not solely judge another on mistakes, but also, to a much greater extent, the recovery from those mistakes. I don't care how you got knocked down, I care how you carry yourself once you get back up. And I feel many of us here maintain that same sentiment. So, should he stay true to his message of wanting improvement, to him I say Godspeed and good luck. A little birdie also came by and told me that they have been onboarding new members to the team over there at Arrowhead Studios. As I always say, I am no fortune teller, but I can assume we're going to see a couple things happen as a result. Bad stuff out of the way first. This is not a recipe for instant success. As with most new things in life, there's going to be an uncomfortable adjustment period. Worst case scenario, this means we may catch a few strays in the form of game crashes and whatnot, but we have survived much worse, and we will survive those as well. There also might be some hot takes in the balancing department, but that's to be determined. It could also go the opposite way in that they may end up totally positive. But now we get to the good portion of things. I have no doubt that they will figure it out eventually, especially now that the ones already there have had time to acclimate so they can help the new people. As per usual, more hands make lighter work and more brains make faster problem solving. This means eventually, not sure when, but eventually, faster bug fixes as well as more content. Now I'm going to ask one last thing while I've got you here today. They mentioned that they did not have time to playtest new changes. I say we combine our efforts to do something about that. It could be more difficult than what I'm led to believe, but I say we tell whoever we can that we're more than willing to monkey around beta testing. The people in charge do listen, and all we need is one to perk up their ears and think it's a good idea to get the ball rolling. No payment, no special treatment, just give us an experimental weapon, send us into Helldive, and let us get our hands dirty. We'll report to you everything we can figure out about it, from crashes to criticals. Hell, you could make that the experimental free stratagem option for a few days. Workshop on and off for a few weeks after taking it out, and then try it again to see what's changed. I'm so crazy right now, I'm almost making sense, aren't I? Maybe it's heat stroke. Maybe it's Maybelline. Nope. No, it's definitely heat stroke. Okay, well, that's all I've got for you because the hot water heater leaked onto the drywall, and I think it's getting moldy, which would explain the splitting headache and faint smell of carcinogens that have been haunting me this entire recording session. I'll get it sorted eventually, but until next time, stay safe, do your best to remain patient, and have a good night.